What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Friday, January 19th, 2024. Before we get into that, though, if you like this content, smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all the love and support. It's helped get Pickdawgz to where it is today, where we just passed our 100 million view mark on our YouTube channel. The Wraparound definitely wouldn't be where it is today without your guys' love and support, so thank you so much for that. If you're looking for my best bets on the board, the games that I absolutely love, head to pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab at the top of the page. You know, we have a loaded weekend of action ahead, and it's only going to start on Friday. Not the biggest card on Friday, but there is still money to be made. I can tell you, we're going to be crushing it. I really like a lot of the plays I have on the board, so definitely make sure you check those out, whether it's a daily package or you hop on a long-term pass, especially with everything that we have going on this weekend. A long-term pass is the way to go. The 3-day pass is going to cover you for a loaded Saturday card, 145 games on the college hoops card. There's a big NHL schedule, NFL playoff football, some NBA as well. That's going to be the case all weekend and into next week. So definitely make sure you check that out. And I said before a couple days ago, I'm headed to Vegas next week. And when I go to Vegas, Mitch will tell you, he's done the same thing. A lot of us out here at Pick Dawgz, when we go to Vegas, we take names. And it happened to me last year. Was in Vegas and we were on a hot streak. Hoping to carry that into this year as well. So definitely you want to make sure that you're on board for that. But that's down the road. We can talk about that in the coming days. But for today, we got a 4-game NHL card on Friday heading into the weekend. Like I said, still lots of money to be made. You guys know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game on Friday's card takes us to the PNC Arena, where the Carolina Hurricanes take on the Detroit Red Wings. And it's a battle between two of the hotter teams in the NHL right now. Both of these teams at 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. But the Carolina Hurricanes so far over this homestand, the 6-game homestand that they're on, are just 2-2. They've had a couple of slip-ups here and there. The most recent one, a 5-2 loss at home to the Los Angeles Kings, who I think that was their only win in the last 12. Not a good performance from Carolina there. And now all of a sudden, Carolina has to take on a Detroit team that's won 3 straight, 6 of 7, and 7 of 9. And historically, even when the Detroit Red Wings were one of the worst teams in hockey, have been a thorn in the side of the Carolina Hurricanes, winning 5 of the last 10 meetings. A lot of those came as heavier underdogs, but sure, Carolina won the first meeting this season back on December 14th, but they only did so by a final count of 2-1. Detroit all of a sudden went from a team that was playing only their best hockey at home and struggling on the road to now having a winning record on the road, 12 wins in 22 road games so far this season. And right now the Red Wings are just playing, some really solid hockey, giving a ton of value to this line. I'm going to take the Detroit Red Wings here. I'm going to split a little bit between the +1.5, which I think is the stronger play here, but I'm also going to put a healthy wager on the money line at +164. Now we head to the Nationwide Arena where the Columbus Blue Jackets take on the New Jersey Devils, and this one is a little bit more of a tricky game as, the New Jersey Devils are a team that I just have a hard time putting a lot of faith behind. Now they've lost back-to-back games. It didn't look great against the Montreal Canadiens, losing that game 3-2. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just don't trust the goaltending for the New Jersey Devils. Right now they're relying on Nico Dawes, a guy that doesn't have a ton of top-level experience in the NHL. And I just don't know if, I can really trust him long term. But I trust him in a spot like this against a Columbus team that is still one of the worst teams in the NHL. Sure, Columbus coming off of a win over the Vancouver Canucks in their last home game by a count of 4-3. But historically, the New Jersey Devils have had Columbus's number. Columbus won the first meeting this season 2-1. But in the 2 meetings since, New Jersey has won those by a combined score of 10-6. Taking care of business. And the last time this game was in Columbus, the Devils won that one by a final count of 6-3. I just think that right now the New Jersey Devils, even with some inconsistencies, are still the better team. And they've, like I said, had a history of scoring goals in bunches in this matchup. So I'm going to take the New Jersey Devils on the money line in this one. Don't love the price, but -162, kind of on the fringe of where I'm willing to lay a money line. So give me the Devils. Now we head to the Amerant Bank Arena where the Florida Panthers take on the Minnesota Wild. And both these teams could probably use a win right now. The Minnesota Wild, they just got their teeth kicked in by the Tampa Bay Lightning on Thursday. The Florida Panthers all of a sudden have lost 3 in a row after that hot streak that they were on less than a week ago. But I really think that the Florida Panthers are better suited to bounce back here. The Minnesota Wild, sure, they scored 3 goals against the Lightning, gave up 7. And for a team that has as much of an offensive issue as the Minnesota Wild do right now, scoring 3 goals or less in 8 of their last 10 games, you can ill afford to give up as many goals as the Minnesota Wild are right now. For, like I said, 3 goals or less scored in 8 of their last 10, and they've also given up 4 or more in 6 of their last 8. So right now you have a Minnesota team that's not scoring a ton of goals and giving up a ton of goals. And usually that's a recipe for not a lot of success. The Florida Panthers are a better team than what we've seen in this little run, or this little rut they've been in the last few days. I just think they're more likely to bounce back here, especially at home. I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers to win this one in regulation at -125. And our final game on Friday's card takes us to the United Center, where the Chicago Blackhawks take on the New York Islanders. And it's a tricky spot for Chicago. They were supposed to have a day off on Thursday, but unfortunately the weather did not allow for that, as their game against Buffalo was postponed. And now it's going to be a back-to-back spot for Chicago, who were shut out in their last game against the Buffalo Sabres. And now it's 5 straight games and 9 of their last 10 where the Chicago Blackhawks have scored 2 goals or less. So don't know if they're going to have a ton of success in this matchup. And I don't even know if it's worth taking a shot on the value here at +200. But I'm also not running to lay -250 or chase a puck line with an Islanders team that's lost 3 straight, 5 of 6, and 7 of 9. And the bulk of their issues are coming from a lack of goal scoring as well. 2 goals or less scored in each of their last 3 during this losing streak, for an average of 1 goal per game. 2 goals or less in the 5 losses in the last 6, and in 6 of their last 7 losses as well. So 2 teams that are having some serious issues scoring, finding the back of the net. And as much as I've bashed the Chicago Blackhawks for some goaltending issues, and the Islanders have been involved in some high-scoring games this season, don't expect that to be the case here. I'm going to take the under 6 between the Islanders and the Blackhawks to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Friday, January 19th, 2024. Again, if you like this content, smash that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell in the description of this video below to get notified when the newest and freshest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. If you're looking for my best bets, you can go to pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab, or click the link in the description of this video below. And make sure to let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Good luck.